gun.
Keep your eyes on the ball. I hope to lead this 1997 Syracuse lacrosse team back to Memorial Day.
We don't have a lot of heroes in this game.
The dynasty keeps on going.
Super Sports presents NCAA Lacrosse. Today in the Carrier Dome, the Syracuse Orangemen, ranked second in the country, take on the Brown Bears, rated 18th. The Orange 4-1. The Bears come to the Dome 2-3. Welcome everyone to Super Sports presentation of Syracuse University Lacrosse, along with Dale Dreifulcher. I'm Ted DeLuca, and Dale, ever since that loss earlier this season to Georgetown, the Orangemen have been on fire.
They certainly have, and this is not going to be an easy game, however, because Brown really gives them a tough time. They got a good goaltender, they got some good personnel, and they're not going to run with Syracuse when they get a chance. So this is not going to be an easy game for Syracuse, but they certainly should come out on top.
Tempo will be a huge key today. Brown head coach Peter Lasagna knows if his Bears have any chance of beating the Orangemen, they must control the tempo today.
I think that if Coach Simmons and the Orangemen have it their way, it's up and down and wide open. And I think that if I have it my way and our players have it our way, we are winning faceoffs and controlling the ball and running selectively. When it works for us, then push the numbers. When it doesn't, pull it out and be intelligent. Everybody in the lacrosse world has seen the tape of the Virginia-Syracuse game, and it makes you want to faint.
Syracuse head coach Roy Simmons Jr. has won 6 NCAA titles, and Slugger knows if Brown is going to beat the Orangemen today, Syracuse can try to control the tempo.
Well, I think they don't have any choice but to play straight up. Nothing about taking the air out of the ball. I think they have to come right at us. They have some offensive clout also. They can shoot the ball. They can generate some goals. I think they get up and down the field with us. They always have. I think it's the nature of the beast. They want to run. And I think Coach Lasagna will let him run.
In order for Brown to keep Syracuse from putting a lot of points on the scoreboard today, their goaltender has to play extremely well.
Well, Greg Catrano is the goalie, and he's excellent. And you talk to anybody, the left-handed guy, you're going to see him right here. Great reaction time. Both Syracuse coaches and Brown coaches say, this guy's a second-team All-American last year. He's back. He's better than he was last year. And this is the kind of guy that if he's hot, he can give Syracuse some problems. So let's watch for the goaltender and have a good game for Brown.
Now, as far as the Orange's offense is concerned, guys like Casey Powell and Rob Kavovit get a lot of ink, but Dougie Jackson is sneaky quick.
Well, he's got 15 goals and 5 assists, but the thing I like best about him is he's the guy that's going to pick up a key ground ball. He's going to be back there backing up and getting another shot. He's just very, very tough, and he does whatever they need. And Doug Jackson's a guy that's a real key today for Syracuse.
Syracuse getting set to face off against Brown here in the Carrier Dome. After this quick timeout, we'll bring you the starting lineups and opening face-off as well. Back to the beautiful Carrier Dome on the Syracuse campus. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Brown Bears. On attack, it's Selig, Frood, Lyle at midfield, Collar, Dent, and Banerjee. The close defense, Knish, Butolf, Deere, and in goal, it's Catrano. Head coach for the Brown Bears is Peter Lasagna, now in his 5th season, 42-23 at Brown. Now for the Syracuse Orangemen, ranked 2nd in the nation, the starting lineup. On attack, it's Kavovit, Casey Powell, and Doug Jackson, Ryan Powell, Clark, and Kataya, the middies. Close defense, Rule, McCartan, and Volin. Gebhardt in goal. And, of course, the head coach of the Syracuse Orangemen, now in his 27th season, Roy Simmons Jr., with 6 NCAA titles to his credit. This matchup between Syracuse and Brown, the 10th between the two schools, and as you can see, the Orangemen have dominated, including last season's overtime victory in Providence, Rhode Island. Today's officials, Terrence Cullen, the referee. The umpire is Bill Ellis. The field judge, Bruce T. And the bench official is Paul Stockwell. In goal for the Orangemen, Jason Gebhardt, getting set to backstop the Orangemen today. He's had a tremendous season, Dale.
He really has, and he's the guy the defense said that they felt very confident. They're just getting used to playing as a unit, and they said when he's back there, it makes us feel a lot better. So look for a good game for the defense, and that man, Jason Gebhardt, as we go to the face-off.
That midfield is won by the Brown Bears. They move right to left here in quarter number 1. In the brown uniforms with the white numbers and the red shorts. Syracuse, of course, in the home whites, trimmed in orange and blue. And as we can see from the early going, Dale, Brown very deliberate once they advance the ball.
They're certainly not going to waste their shots. They want to take a good shot. They're getting some people on. They just ran a sub in. Number 10 getting in there is Dent, so he's going to take a shot right away.
Dent winds and shoots. Ball wide of the cage. Matthew Dent, the senior from Baltimore.
Takes a hop step, gets a good shot off, but not really on the cage.
The Bears track it down, so they retain possession in the offensive end. Syracuse matching up man-to-man with Brown.
Get a good look there at the movement on the crease, and they kind of in isolation way out on the right-hand side.
Here comes Banerjee for a quick shot. Gebhardt pokes it away. Brown tries to track it down.
He's going to get official time. They're going to get some, Syracuse getting some people in. Gebhardt talking to his defense there. He didn't like the lineup. Syracuse gets in Cummings, number 7, play short stick defense.
So Brown's possession continues after tracking down the ground ball behind the cage. The Bears very deliberate after collecting the opening faceoff. Syracuse's close defense much improved as the season's gone along. McCartan doing some nice checking. Ball pops loose. Syracuse the ground ball. The Orangemen will try to clear. Brown very aggressive. Ball loose on the turf. Rolls out of bounds. It will be ground ball.
Yes. Very wisely just screened off Syracuse player as the ball went over the sideline, and Brown will get possession. And you know, you talked about the tempo, and we had a little sound cut from the coaches there talking a little bit about tempo. And when you win the face-off, you can do what you want, and that's exactly what Brown's doing. Just kind of taking their time. They've taken a couple of shots, but they've gotten backups and being very patient.
And that's the strategy Peter Lasagna wants to use, talking to his players down on the dome turf. Just underway first quarter, no score between Syracuse and Brown. Two top 20 teams battling in the dome today. Syracuse at number 2. Brown comes in ranked 18th. And once again, the Bears work it around the perimeter before getting off a shot.
Syracuse using the zone defense now, a little bit different for them. They've used them in the past occasionally, but a little bit of a different look right now for Syracuse. You get a good look at it from that high end zone camera. The idea, of course, keep the sticks up, knock down the passing lanes, but don't overcommit on anyone, and just keep sliding and play not body position, but field position.
And it looks a lot like a 2-3 zone that Jim Boeheim might employ with the basketball team. To stay in a general area and force the action outside.
That's right, and if you can take the shot from out there, well, you know, God love you, as Mac used to say, but oh, there's a slash right there.
That will go against Chris McCartan. The Bears trying to complete the play. Syracuse obviously trying to poke it loose.
Now they can't relax now. They want to keep him from getting a shot off. Ooh.
Nice centering feed. Shot and a score for Brown. The Bears are on the board. Scoring for the Brown Bears, Rob Weil.
Number 33. And you're going to get a nice look at it. He just rips the net. They had picked somebody off, and watch what happens to Gebhardt. Watch Gebhardt. Whoa, by the time he reacts, gets his stick up, the ball is by him, and that was just a point-blank shot. A great shot by Lyle. There's his season look, 10 goals, 4 assists, first in the game. And not only that, Syracuse is going to be down a man, so they gave up a goal. It was a personal foul, so they will be down a man for a minute.
Chris McCartan is called for the slash. Lyle able to connect on Brown's 3rd shot of the game. Chris McCartan down on the Syracuse sideline after committing that penalty. Brown won the opening faceoff. Faceoff number 2 set to be dropped at midfield with the Orangemen trailing 1-0 after the goal by Lyle.
That's a real important faceoff for Syracuse. They could come up with this. They could run some time off the clock, but they're outmanned. They give it up.
On the season, Brown is 7 of 19 in man-up situations, Dale, and that's what Syracuse faces right now.
It's again the zone defense. I think they're down a man. Try to knock down the ball in the passing lanes. Don't let them get a clean shot off. But obviously, there's a lot more room out there with one white jersey sitting in the penalty box.
This should be interesting for the next 30 seconds. That's the amount of time remaining before the penalty is released. Brown works the ball around the perimeter. Josh Rule pushing Lyle outside. Now it goes top of the box again. Down to 15 seconds left to go on the Syracuse penalty. Bears Bears need to shoot pretty soon. Down to 5 seconds. There's a quick shot. Rolls out of bounds, wide of the cage. Brown there to track it down behind the goal.
One shot in 55 seconds is the way I track it. They still got 5 seconds left on this man up. Let's see what they do.
They need to hurry. Syracuse yet to get a shot off. It's 4-0 Brown.
They're even now. This is the most dangerous time of the penalty, because now you got to go pick up, and somebody invariably gets loose. But Syracuse has killed off the penalty, and they picked up their men, so they're back to a little man-to-man.
Brian Powell applying some man-to-man defense for the Orangemen. The freshman, older brother Casey, wearing legendary number 22 for Syracuse, having a tremendous season. And this is exactly the type of game that Brown wants to play, Dale. They want to keep the ball away from Syracuse's offense.
Right now, you're right. Cummings with number 7 with a short stick, a little bit of a disadvantage, but he is speedy, and that's what his job is to harass whoever's got the ball, and that's what he just did. Hard to see these numbers, Ted. Sometimes we've been talking all year, the New Jerseys for Syracuse, hard look.
They remind me of the Connecticut basketball numerals, which are also tough to spot from up here. There's a bouncer wide of the net rolling out of bounds. Brown there to back it up again. That shot heaved by Matthew Dent, and Brown will trigger from behind the Syracuse net, leading 1-0.
Duick, 29, was there, and now he is going to trigger it in, and Syracuse once again in the man-to-man look, what they're traditionally in.
Duick brings it near side, now advances in front of the net, winds high, far above the Syracuse cage, bouncing in the stands. Brown there to track it down behind the goal, though. And the Bears just refuse to let Syracuse have the ball.
Well, you're right. It's almost 5 minutes gone. Syracuse has yet to take a shot on the cage. And the Bears have kept the ball, and with a penalty, have really dominated the action.
Dent trying to work his way free for a shot. He shoots and he scores. It's quickly 2-0 Brown, as Dent broke free of the Syracuse defense and put it past Gebhardt.
Yeah, Dent made a nice move. I think it's Ackerman, 26, that he's on. There's the wrap check. Yeah, well, it was the slide. It was Ackerman was the last guy over there. It was Alexander that he actually beat, and he just got himself right in front, got away from a wrap check, and Gebhardt couldn't stop it. And Dent comes up with the second goal for Brown.
His second goal of the season. Syracuse now nearly 0 for 3 on faceoffs, a whistle at midfield. Both players battling for the ball. It'll be an illegal procedure call against Syracuse. So once again, the Brown Bears get the ball off the faceoff, and Roy Simmons Jr. is not pleased.
Somebody over a restraining line too fast, and you give up the faceoff. That's just as good as winning it. 3-0 in the faceoff department for Brown.
Syracuse yet to have a shot on goal here in the first quarter. Brown already leads it 2-0. The Bears very patient in the offensive end. Now, if you're Syracuse's defense, Dale, how do you fight this? How do you get the ball?
Well, they do not play takeaway defense. They had guys in the past who could do that. What you got to do now is just play good body position and hope your goalie can do just what they did there. Make a save, and let's start the fast break the other way and play some Syracuse lacrosse.
Terrific save by Gebhardt, and that shot by Brown. Here come the Orangemen. Syracuse setting up offensively now. The Brown defense getting back quickly. They understand just how strong Syracuse's offense is.
Yeah, that's going to be 30 seconds against Brown. They were offside. Syracuse will now get a man-up opportunity, and really the first opportunity they've had the ball in Brown territory, Ted, and they're going to be man-up for 30 seconds.
We'll see if Syracuse can capitalize on the man-up situation.
Here's where you can get frustrated also, because you got this goalie like Catrano, who is so good, left-handed goalie, and he's the kind of guy that comes up with a big save, and your confidence starts to ebb a little bit when you're in 6 minutes into the game and really haven't gotten a shot off.
Man-up situation for the Orangemen. Syracuse 37% on the season, 11 of 30. Ball is loose behind the net. Syracuse there to track it down. The Orangemen trigger. 20 seconds left on the man-up. The Orange working around the box. Centering pass just beyond the reach of the cutter toward the Syracuse goal, but it's tracked down by the Orangemen. Brown out shooting Syracuse 8-1 in the first quarter.
Casey Powell is going to get double coverage every time they can. They'll jump him.
Shot tipped away by the goaltender.
Penalties up. And he's a very active goaltender, Ted. He comes out, he does a lot of crazy things.
Catrano, no nonsense, brings it over midfield. Syracuse fighting for the ball, and he is buried, knocked out of bounds. That gets the Carrier Dome crowd up on its feet. Catrano pops up as well, but that incites the crowd.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, he went just a little too far. He probably should have made the pass. They had him on the sideline, and I give him credit. He hustled. And they said, in talking to the Syracuse coaches, they said the guy's aggressive, he's tough, and he just showed us right there why they call him that.
Matt Kataya puts the check on Catrano, knocking him out of bounds. Syracuse has the ball. The Orange down 2-0. Both teams at even strength. 7:50 left to go in the first quarter. The Orange now showing some patience on the offensive end.
Second midfield group in, Vanderpool and Coyote, 16 of 44.
Coyote's easy to spot with that long ponytail.
Yep.
Trailing from the back of his helmet.
A little bit of an isolation out here with Powell. I can't believe that they're going to be in the crease. That's going to be Brown ball. He contends he was pushed, so does the crowd.
And we'll take a look at the replay, see if Casey Powell is indeed shot.
Absolutely, that was a push from behind. Beatson, 41, pushed him from behind, and that's a real tough call. So now penalty down again against Syracuse. Delayed call, we'll see what it is.
Seems like whenever Syracuse plays an Ivy League school, this is how the games start. The Orangemen have a tough time getting going early on, but once they start to fire on all cylinders, they don't look back.
Right. Substitution, 30-second technical.
Illegal substitution, 30-second technical.
Yeah. Flag down on the field. Was waiting for you to jump in there.
I believe that's Mr. Cullen, one of the officials. Worked with these guys years ago. I used to officiate the same good crew they always have, but that last call, I think Syracuse was a little upset about because he was pushed from behind, but it makes no difference. It's going to happen in a game that is this fast, and you're right back into it. Syracuse man down.
Brown is 0 for 1 on the man-up situations. Their second power play, if you will. Quick shot, wide of the goal. It'll be Syracuse ball. As the Brown Bears got a shot from Jed Dewick that went wide. Syracuse there to track it down behind the net, so the Orangemen will trigger in their own end.
Yeah, now this should be double team the ball because Syracuse is a man down, and they're just going to run it over. Great clear. No problem there for Syracuse. In the old days, before they changed the rules, you get in the box and release the man, but they don't do that anymore, so you have to continue playing a man down, so they should double the man with the ball.
Vanderpool checks into the game quickly. So Syracuse back at full strength.
Poor pass.
Rolling toward midfield. Who's going to get it? Popped in by Syracuse, loose on the turf. Get an offsides call. It'll be Syracuse ball.
Brown stepped on the line, and that's as good as being over it. So Ira Vanderpool will get the ball at the midfield line.
Vanderpool triggers for the Orangemen. Syracuse trailing 2-0 here in the first quarter. The Brown Bears out of the Ivy League taking Syracuse out of its game here in the first quarter, but a lot of lacrosse left to play here in the Carrier Dome.
I mean, you don't get that many shots off like Syracuse has it, and you have a great goalie like Catrano. It can get frustrating, and they've got to be patient. There's a lot of game left, but there's 6 minutes left in the quarter, 9 gone, and they have not really put a real tough shot on Catrano.
Quick shot for the Orangemen and a score. Paul Carcaterra makes it 2-1.
That must be psychic. Just as I said, they haven't really put a tough shot on him. Carcaterra fired from the front left side of the goal, and Catrano didn't even have a chance. By the time he reacted, the ball was behind him, so the left-handed goalie not able to stop Carcaterra, and Syracuse 2-1 now.
5th goal of the season for Paul Carcaterra, one of the Orange's co-captains. Could not have come at a better time. The Orangemen on the board. Brown has controlled the face-off circle 3-0. This one's loose at midfield. The Orangemen trying to track it down. It's tapped.
Should have been a push call, I think.
We'll see what they decide. Holding is the call.
Same thing.
Against Brown.
Yeah. They just took the face-off man and pushed him right into the turf, and as I said, you'll take a face-off on a penalty. They all count, and you still get the ball.
So the Orangemen reset the offense. Now down 2-1. Rob Kavovic controls behind the goal for the Orangemen. Now Syracuse will play catch, top of the box. Checking in is Clark. First action he's seen today. Clark moves around the screen, then sends it behind the goal now. pass in front, intended for Jackson, knocked away, tracked down nicely by Ryan Powell. Casey feeds a cutter. Shot, knocked aside.
Good reaction time by the goalie there. Catrano, nice job. Syracuse, however, gets the ball. Kavovit behind. Setting up a play.
Let's see what the Orangemen come up with. Ryan Powell waiting top of the box. Shot goes wide of the net. Syracuse is there to track it down again. One of the Brown players behind the goal, that's Kesmodel, is pretty upset that Brown didn't get possession, but Syracuse will keep it.
Well, you know, it's hard to see the out-of-bounds line back there, Ted, and it looked like it was a good call to me, but, of course, if you're from Brown, you're not going to agree.
Syracuse starting to even things up with the shots. There's another one high over the net, and Brown is there to track it down. Kesmodel once again behind the net, so Brown takes possession. Syracuse comes away empty-handed that possession.
Kesmodel did do a good job, and now Brown's going to clear. Forced a long pass is the motto of the riding team, and they get it across easily.
Here comes Banerjee angling in. Will he shoot? Lines up and scores! What an effort by Banerjee. He took it himself, called his own number, and makes it 3-1 Brown.
Abrams, 43. Watch his stick come up just a little late. And the left-handed shot by Banerjee gives him another goal. Just a little bit late on trying to get stick on stick. The defender could not do it, and Gebhardt not able to track that one down. And he wasn't screened. He just couldn't stop the shot. So Banerjee gives Brown a 2-goal lead again with 4:32 left first quarter.
That's his 6th goal of the season. Brown controlling the face-off circle, 3-1. The Orangemen fighting for possession with the Bears at midfield. Ball rolls loose. Syracuse gets it, but we have a whistle.
Going to call a push. So Ackerman has to give it up, and Brown will pick it up. But they won't get a free clear, so they're going to have to move him behind the restraining line.
Syracuse has had problems in the face-offs as the season has continued. While Brown knows the key to controlling the tempo against the Orangemen in the Dome today will be winning those face-offs. They've done a good job so far, and they lead it 3-1.
In previous games, Syracuse has done a little more crashing and getting people in from the wings and putting the ball back on the carpet after they lose the initial draw on the face-off. Let's see if they perhaps a little bit more of that, as they have not been really successful. They've gotten a couple via the penalty route, but right now Brown's controlling.
Making a move in front for the Bears. Ball pops loose out of Banerjee's cross. Quick shot on goal by the Bears, and Lyle goes high, but Brown tracks it down behind the net, so the Bears keep it. The Bears now starting the offensive set. There's a shot that rolls wide. Syracuse tracks it down behind the goal. Nice hustle by the Orangemen.
Casey Powell, I think, 22, yep. 24, Coleman took a big sweep shot. It wasn't on him. Powell got out, got the ball, was there when it went out of bounds.
Gebhardt begins the clear from his own net. Risky pass to midfield. Taken by Sharricks. And he heads into the box with a right-hand cradle, looking to make a move. Ball knocked free from behind. Syracuse tracks it down as Jackson scoops it up behind the cage.
Nice check by Sowers, 19 for Brown. And I think you're going to see a little zone defense look from Brown.
Coyote feeds far side of the field. Syracuse working the ball around the perimeter on the offensive possession here. Trailing 3-1 with less than 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now it's for Carcaterra near side. Ryan Powell heads behind the net with a right-hand cradle. He's popped a couple of times. Ball pops loose. Rolling on the turf. Vanderpool missed it. Brown comes up with the ground ball on the far side.
That's
nice
just a long pass, yeah.
He was on his way out of bounds.
Syracuse didn't touch it. That should be their ball.
And it will be. Good call, Dale.
That was just a poor pass to start things off, and then Vanderpool, they tried to knock him out of bounds, but he just made a leaping long pass. Syracuse couldn't get a stick on it. Going to get it back, but they have to clear it. And they get some offensive players in.
Might seem hard to believe. 2:25 left to go in the first. Syracuse with 1 goal. Brown Bears lead the Orangemen 3-1. Syracuse on the clear. The Orangemen heading into this game averaging more than 15 goals per contest on the season, off to a slow start today as Brown has controlled the tempo. Andy Sharretts brings it in. Sends it near side for Doug Jackson. The Orange work the ball around the Brown net. Now Kataya controls far side of the field. Ryan Powell waits top of the box. He's wide open. Kataya trying to make a move on his man. Can't do it. Double team. Ryan Powell. Syracuse still can't get a shot off. Back for Ryan Powell. He wants to shoot. Casey Powell has it now. Powell trying to break free. He's smacked. Flag is down.
Yeah, if you see a replay on this, it's a necktie party, and he was the sole invitee. You're gonna see it. Watch what happens. I think it's is it Sowers? Or,
Hello.
Butolf. Yeah, Butolf. Yeah. let me just see if I can stretch your neck. And Butolf, the local kid, is going to be down for 30 from Central New York. That's Skinny Atlas, I believe.
Yes, sir. The 6'3" sophomore.
That's a big kid, isn't it? And you know, I was just going to say, Brown is playing great team defense. They shift, they jump. It's a good unit. I've been impressed with their defense so far in this quarter.
Syracuse 0 for 1 in the man-up situations. They have another here for 30 seconds as we head toward the end of quarter number 1. The Orange working around. Casey Powell sends it back outside. Carcaterra gets rid of it. Casey Powell can't collect the centering pass. Tapped away by Brown, so Syracuse will keep possession of the offensive end. 12 seconds left to go on the man-up.
You want to take your time on this, even though there's only 12 seconds. By the time somebody runs in, you've actually probably got closer to 20, so not time to panic, but you want to get the man open.
The Orange thinking about a shot. Centering pass, shot, nice save. Doug Jackson with the shot. Petrano equal to the task. Brown on the clear. Less than a minute to go, first quarter. Terrific pass to midfield. Here come the Bears. Spinning away from the pressure. For Brown with the shot to Gebhardt, who makes the save. He stones Duke.
Oh, what a pass!
Here come the Orangemen quickly downfield. Syracuse on the break. Brown gets back defensively to shut it down. Behind the back pass. Can't be controlled. It's loose in front. A whistle and a flag.
Okay, that's a push. Syracuse going to get the ball. What a pass by Gebhardt. He made the stop. It was like a quick stick, and he looped it right back out, and it was just a perfect pass. Syracuse did not cash in, but they're going to get an opportunity to have another extra man here. A little piece of laundry out there. Watch these guys. They were all over Duick, and then he took the shot, and there's the quick pop out. And who's he hit? Kataya in full stride. And then you see the result, but right now we got to wave the flag off. What's the... 5 on 5.
Well, it's Brown ball.
There was no flag. That was something from another universe.
Somebody was overruled down there.
Yeah.
We won't speculate whom.
Oh, it's nice they talk about it anyway. You know?
Yes. They did have to have that conversation to straighten things out. In almost an instant replay type of deal, the Bears are back upfield. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Syracuse with good, tight defense on this trip. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Centering pass can't be controlled. Ball is rolling toward midfield. Who will get it? Nobody will. Into the quarter. So the Orangemen off to a slow start in a very interesting first 15 minutes. Brown controlling the tempo, and that was what Peter Lasagna's Bears had to do. After the first 15 minutes, Brown leads the Orangemen 3-1. Back with second quarter action right after this.
For generations, Syracuse University has offered those seeking a higher education the opportunity to share in a rich variety of educational and professional experiences. This timeless vision of learning, commitment, and success has been shared by Syracuse students past and present. Emphasis on the core values of quality, caring, diversity, service, and innovation